With expanded programming, ambitious building projects, and dedication to financial responsibility, College of DuPage has blazed a trail of unparalleled progress in the last 3 years under the leadership of Dr. Robert L. Breuder. Images continues its two-part interview with the president of COD, reflecting on the significant achievements during his term, while looking ahead to the challenges of the future.
In the 7.5 years that I hope to be here, I'm finished with 3, and I'm scheduled to run out in June of 2016. We will have either started or completed between $500 and $600 million in capital construction. That is a significant amount of money for any educational institution to undertake, let alone a community college. And all of this in the state of Illinois, which, as we know, is suffering immensely at the state level in terms of its budget and the economic challenges that have surrounded it for a number of years. So by the time I'm done as president of College of DuPage, we will have literally renovated or built out new the complete physical plant of this institution. Well, we chose to build a new Homeland Security Education Center. It is new, but it's really created from scratch, if you will, and a culinary center, if you will. Those are the 2 new flagships for this institution, and they're reflective of the demand from the community. So we know that public safety is on the forefront of everyone's mind. It's of concern and interest to all of us. It's a discipline area, or an array of disciplines that are not going to go away over time. So whether you're a first responder in police or fire or emergency medical health care, we know that our environment is going to demand, expect training of people in those areas for many years to come, whether they're already in the business or whether they're going to be trained to go into the area of public service, meaning one of those first responders. On the other side of the campus, culinary and hospitality, even in the worst economy, people go out and eat. People travel. People need to be able to balance their life and all the challenges in it. And we felt that culinary and hospitality was another area on which we would continue to grow this institution in years to come. So when we look at enrollment this past January, enrollment in both of those program areas is up dramatically, which we think is an affirmation that the decision to build 2 $30 million buildings, combined total of about 130,000 square feet, was a good business decision and in the best interest of the public. Our Student Services Center is also a new facility for us, and when you operate 1.2 million square feet, when you have 30,000 headcount students in any one semester, you can imagine what it's like to turn 30,000 people loose on 1.2 million square feet who are trying to access more than 225 programs of study or seek service for one reason or another. So we needed to build a facility and localize in that facility some of the prime services that students expect, so that we can make it easier for them to access the institution, to infiltrate the institution, to, if you will, enroll, so that once we identify and bring them here, we created a building and programs and services were centered in there to make it easier for students to be able to pursue their education, avail themselves of the variety of services we have, and not put stumbling blocks in their way so that they become discouraged or disheartened and all of a sudden they leave. We want them to stay with us through till the end. Community colleges were established well over 100 years ago. The first one was Joliet Junior College, and the architect of the community college movement in this country was William Rainey Harper. But when community colleges started out years ago, they were really primarily a conduit to a university community. The first few years to allow a student to be able to eventually get the baccalaureate degree. Now what we found over 100 years, and the economy in that regard has been a blessing the last 3 years, it has forced people to take a look at what's in your backyard and evaluate that. And lo and behold, so many people have found, my heavens, we needn't have looked to Iowa or to New York or to California or elsewhere in the state of Illinois. We have an incredible institution right in our backyard that offers us a quality education, affordable education, and they can compete with anybody academically in the first 2 years of a baccalaureate degree. So then we started to go out and really sell, if you will, our academic excellence and draw to the institution what we refer to as academically enriched students, students who could go anywhere in the country. They had tremendous scores, GPAs within their high school. They were very accomplished high school graduates, but they were leaving the area. Now we're attracting them with our Presidential Scholars Program. Last year we offered 56 to high school graduates last fall. Of those 56, 54 continued to study at College of DuPage. Several had to leave for personal reasons. And of those 54 that are remaining, more than half of them achieved a 4.0 GPA in their freshman year at the institution. And I think the overall GPA of the 54 is almost 3.6%. So what this simply is telling you is that we have increasingly an expanded number of academically enriched students coming to the College of DuPage. We will always serve the student who has a challenge to one degree or another, where their opportunity to pursue higher education. Put it all together and you can understand why community colleges in this country at this moment in time are perhaps the linchpin, the cornerstone, if you will, to all of higher education. Here at College of DuPage, I maintain the approach that we're a business. We're a large business. Sometimes traditional educators have a little bit of difficulty accepting the terminology of return on investment or clients or what's the bottom line or what's the fund balance. Purists in the academia sometimes just are challenged by that terminology, but the reality is we're a huge piece of business. We operate on a budget that easily exceeds $300 million a year. We issue 5,000 W-2s. We have 1.2 million square feet. We have multiple locations. All the challenges that we face are the same as any organization would face, whether it's a Motorola or a Nordstrom's or a Wheaton Bank. We're challenged by the same things that they are and given the same opportunities in many ways. So you have to be financially strong to be able to meet the unexpected challenges which are certain to emerge, as well as, and perhaps more importantly, the opportunities that are going to present themselves periodically that if you didn't have strong financial condition, then you wouldn't be able to avail yourself of that. So one of the things that we have pursued the last few years, even during a downturn in the economy, is to build our fund balance, so to speak. Put away money, more money, so that if a very severe situation were to materialize, we would have the capability of sustaining the operation of a large business for an extended period of time, or to avail ourselves of opportunities. So we have moved our fund balance from something like 37% of our operating budget when I came here to now 62%. I've added almost $50 million to now that we have a reserve of about $101 million, which frankly puts us in great stead for being able to nourish all the programs and services, take good care of the people who work here, and guarantee students who come to College of DuPage a quality education. Again, that's what it's all about.
To learn more about recent progress and transformation at COD, as well as Dr. Breuder's vision for your community college, visit the Office of the President pages at cod.edu.